exclusively on Superstation TBS.
It's that time of year again when basketball fans go from a little crazy to totally insane. The college tournaments are going fast and furious, but NBA fans are still being entertained by the best in the business. Welcome back to the pros. It's Jordan and Barkley. Next. Jordan, rebound and stick back. Bulls up by 4. Charles Barkley said he had rested and iced his ankle all day and hoped to be able to play, but he already appears to me, Rick Barry, to be a little bit tender on that ankle.
Well, I agree with you, Bob. He didn't get down the court very quickly. Charles Oakley beat him down the court, and he seems to be favoring it somewhat. We'll keep a close eye on him.
At a season-low 2 points last night in the 18 minutes. Philadelphia without Barkley. Tough go for the Sixers. Corzine, defensed by Mike Jaminski. Corzine missing badly. Rebound Barkley. Mo Cheeks, the definitive point guard. Cliff Robinson to Jaminski. Jump hook, won't fall. Rebound Vincent. Sellers from Vincent, and the Bulls up quickly 6-0.
That's what Jim Lynam did not want to have happen, is to allow the Bulls to be able to get those easy transition baskets. That was a 4-on-3 opportunity off of a long shot by the Sixers. They have to be careful of those shots.
Jaminski hits the open Albert King, but a foul against Chicago.
That was Oakley inside battling against Barkley. That's quite a combination in there.
There's that lineup now. Barkley and Robinson starting at the forwards. Jaminski, of course, who came from the Nets in that trade we'll talk about later. And Jim Lynam, who replaced Matty Gukas at coach. Lynam had coached a couple of years at the Los Angeles Clippers. A good tactician, good game floor coach reputation. Sixers have 5 new players on this team since the season began. Here's one of them. Jaminski with the jump hook falling. 6-2 Bulls. Vincent on the drive, and the dish to Corzine. Rebound Robinson. Stripped away. Jordan to Sellers. Missed the layup, and now he's fouled. That was Jordan with the steal. He leads the NBA in steals. Cheeks with the foul. And Sellers will go to the line. Shoots 82% from there.
This Philadelphia team, Bob, if they're going to make it into the playoffs, has got to improve their defense. It's something that Jim Lynam has been working on all season long with them. They give up far too many easy opportunities, just don't seem to have the type of intensity necessary to be able to be a quality playoff team. You can't allow teams to shoot 50% against you on a regular basis, which they have a tendency to do. And they're also a bit erratic when it comes to running their offense in close ball games. They lost a lot of close ball games down the stretch because of their inability to be able to execute their offense properly.
Barkley with a sore left ankle, as we told you before. I'm not sure how long he can play. I know he'll want to play the whole game, but Robinson got him airborne, didn't get the foul, didn't get the basket. Oakley outlet to Jordan. What a move. Over Barkley.
That's a bad mistake when you're going against Michael Jordan and you're back as a defensive man, Bob. If you can't see that you have a 100% chance to get the steal, you have to retreat. Otherwise, you'll see exactly the same results.
Jim Lynam with a 22nd timeout for Philadelphia. 9:11 to go in the first quarter. The Bulls out here 9-2. The 76ers have a 4-game home win streak going.
And here's Michael finishing it off. He gets major yeast on this one.
Michael Jordan leading the NBA in scoring. 34 points that you're looking at is that of Charles Barkley. He only played 18 minutes last night against New Jersey. Philadelphia having played at New Jersey last night and lost. New York Knicks also lost last night. So they remain tied in the battle for the 8th and final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. Barkley muscling inside, missing the hoop, getting the foul.
And when you say muscling in with Charles Barkley, it's very apropos. Players who have really helped this Bull team achieve the success that they have. The big problem with them, Bob, is down the stretch. They're lousy free throw shooters, and it's going to get to the point where teams are going to start fouling them intentionally to put them on the line, because they have been a disaster at that area, one element of the ball game, or one aspect.
And they're 3rd and 4th, Grant and Pippen, in numbers of times they're fouled already behind Jordan and Oakley for the Bulls teams. The team's already starting to do it somewhat. Vincent from the perimeter. #1 draft choice of the Boston Celtics. Never really got a chance there. Got traded to Seattle. Also didn't get much playing time. But now he's the starter for the Bulls, and he's helped him a lot from the point. Speaking of point, Cheeks missing. 11-4 Bulls. 8:32 to go first quarter. Beautiful pass inside to Sellers. Missed another layup. He's missed 2 in there early. And it was on Sellers, the loose ball foul, his first one.
The difference with Brad Sellers is that Brad Sellers is a soft player, being 7 feet tall. Both times he had an opportunity to go in there very strong and dunk both of those balls. He elected to finesse it in, and it didn't work.
Here's Cliff Robinson. The reverse is blocked by Jordan. Rebound. Grant to Vincent. Has Corzine trailing into Grant. He gets the basket and the foul. Now there's just the opposite. Grant, a power player inside and really playing well from the blocks.
Well, it's really been a Chicago Bull type of game. Doug Collins wants to get the running game going, wants to get into the open court. Here's an example of what happens. Michael Jordan comes up with the big defensive play, and then back come the Bulls as they get numbers down the other end of the court. Vincent dishes off to Corzine, draws the 2 defenders, spots the open man Grant. He gets fouled across the arm and carries it up strong to the basket, and that's an excellent fast break on the part of the Bulls. And there's those lousy free throws we're talking about.
Horace Grant only shooting 62%, and that was his 149th attempt. So you can see that he has a lot of opportunities to score for Chicago, but not doing very well at that position. Barkley rebounding and scoring.
Charles definitely running very gingerly on that ankle.
Vincent saw the penetration opportunity, missed the hoop, but goes to the line. Philadelphia not getting in position defensively, and they've had to foul because of missed rebound opportunities and also penetration opportunities. We mentioned the trade that brought Jaminski here from New Jersey. There's the story.
Well, you can see that it really hasn't helped them all that much. Obviously, their record not even as good as it was prior to the trade.
Jaminski playing quite well. He's averaging 17 points a game, about 36 minutes, has a free throw shooting streak going of 39 in a row since he came. But Ben Coleman, the other player who came here, is not doing badly, but doesn't bring a lot of help. However, Hinson and Tim McCormick are doing very well.
I would say that Charles Barkley is not going to play a lot in this ball game, especially with the score of what it is. If the Bulls get a couple other quick baskets and really get ahead, Charles' ankle will get even more sore than it is, Bob.
Cliff Robinson, the jump hook in the lane, and it's 15-8 Bulls with 7:28 to go. And this team, they were quoted in the papers, I believe it was Gerald Henderson from last night's game at New Jersey, saying, we've got to find a way to be successful without Charles Barkley on the floor. He is so dominating, such a leader on the team, that they really come apart when he's not on the floor. Another rebound by Barkley, but he's very slow getting down court.
You know, New Jersey beat them yesterday, and they didn't look good at all. The Sixers got to see that game on TV.
Robinson. He may be the best, at least currently, the best perimeter shooter on this Philadelphia team, although I sure like Mo Cheeks in a clutch. Here's Jordan on the penetration, hoop and the line. It's on Albert King, and we have a timeout Philadelphia with the Bulls.
You see Albert King on him, fouls him once, fouls him twice. And look at Charles Barkley, 34, is over there. Robinson was over to try and help out, but they still can't stop Michael Jordan. And here's Charles Barkley on the inside position. He gets that rebound, throws it out, and then you can watch him start to go down the court a little concerned about that ankle of his, and he really was not putting a lot of effort into getting down the court. He's just more or less kind of coasting out there, not playing the type of aggressive basketball we're accustomed to seeing Charles Barkley play. You could even see him walking right there that he's got a bit of a limp to his stride.
Already 3 rebounds for Barkley. He's 7th currently in the NBA in rebounding with 11.7 a game, but that's only half a rebound away from Charles Oakley, who's leading the league. Oakley is averaging 12.2 rebounds.
Well, you know, in Chicago, they've got Oakley's rebounding total up on one of the balconies there, and they have one here for Barkley called Barkley's boards.
And David Wingate has gotten into the game. Excuse me, that's David Henderson into the ball game. Along with Wingate, Henderson just made the pass. Gerald Henderson and David Wingate into the ball game for the Philadelphia 76ers on the substitutions for Philadelphia early. So Cheeks and Albert King went out of the ball game. It'll belong to Philadelphia with 20 seconds on the clock. 2 Hendersons with Philadelphia. Gerald, of course, is the number 3 draft choice of San Antonio back in '78 in his 9th year, and David, the youngster, in his 1st year in the NBA, who just came out of the CBA, who played at Duke. Gerald in the ball game now.
I think that's a perfect example on that rebounding effort right there. Charles got the good position because he could still use his strength quite well, but it wasn't the normal Charles Barkley type of effort going back up to the basket. He'd normally go up there and carry people with him and dunk it through the basket.
Looks to be in serious difficulty right now. And so are the Sixers with 6:25 to go in the first. Bulls up by 7, but the big worry is Charles Barkley and his ankle. Barkley, player of the week in the NBA. This just announced Tuesday night. Co-captain of this ball club, averaging 28.4 points a game. He's 4th in the league. Also 4th in field goal percentage. Almost stolen by Henderson. Sam Vincent.
The old ex-Boston Celtics playing with
Vincent scoring from the perimeter, and he's got 6 points early. Jordan also with 6, Sellers with 5 for Chicago, and Barkley has 6 for Philadelphia. Robinson's turnaround won't go. Grant rebounding. Jordan has Sellers low. Didn't go to him this time. Pulls it back out. Vincent saw Grant out of the corner of his eye. Grant and Corzine both penetrated at the same time. Vincent made the pass, however. 19-12 Bulls, 5:41 to go first quarter. Barkley draws a crowd, then hits the open David Wingate from the corner. David Wingate. He's averaging 10 a game. He's got a sore knee tonight.
I was just going to say, he's also limping around. He's had a bad knee. He's missed the last few ball games.
Philadelphia climbing back in this thing, trailing by 5 with 5 minutes to go. First quarter. Tipped away by Jaminski. 9 on the shot clock. Chicago inbounds on the baseline. Jordan rattles out. Barkley picks up rebound number 5 already.
See, normally he would take that ball down the court on his own, try to create something. He's definitely playing, I would say, maybe at about 60 to 70%.
Jaminski. Rebound Jordan. Look at the large hands. He handles that ball like it's a softball instead of a basketball. Grant gets the basket. Fouled by Robinson, and he'll go to the line.
Now that's 2 times that the man that Barkley was guarding was able to beat him down the court. See, Charles, he's really lumbering, struggling down the court. 34 in white. Finds Grant, who just blew away from him, and the good pass for the easy layup.
Talk about Grant's free throw as we look at it here, Rick.
I'm going to try and watch it close up here and see if you can watch his form. Well, that one looked pretty good, although he kind of tends to close his fingers off and doesn't finish it off with his wrist and let it come rolling off of his fingers to get a much softer touch on it.
Shooting 62%, but he's 1 out of 2 so far tonight. 22-14 Bulls. Jaminski. Jump hook falls. That's Probably his best offensive weapon right there is a little jump hook in the paint on the baseline.
Definitely is, and Dave's got to play him to make him turn to the middle and use the left hand.
Corzine off the glass, doesn't get it. Grant's there again. Horace Grant playing very well off the bench. He's got 3 rebounds and now 7 points for Chicago since he came in for Oakley.
I asked him if his brother Harvey was nervous with the NCAAs coming. I said, yeah, he sure is. And I told him, I said, your time's coming with the playoffs.
Gerald Henderson made the drive, dish to Robinson for the basket. 24-18 Bulls. Henderson, Wingate in at guards for Philadelphia, replacing Cheeks and Albert King, and Vincent hitting from the perimeter.
Well, I tell you, he's been a great acquisition for this ball club coming here at the end of February. Doug Collins couldn't be any more pleased with him.
8 points in this game already for Sam Vincent. Nine on the shot clock. Wingate missing. Controlled by Vincent. Has a 3-on-2.
Now it's 4-on-2.
Grant, the trailer, gets the dish.
Well, I tell you, Jimmy Lynham told me before the game, Rick, our transition at times has been really horrible. That was a great example of it right there. I can see why they're having their problems.
10-point Chicago lead. Timeout Philadelphia. 3:11 to go in the first quarter. Horace Grant is filling it up. 9 points, 3 rebounds in this ball game for Chicago.
With the trail and in the middle, Wingate makes the bad decision, leaves Grant wide open. He dunks it through, and just lousy effort on the part of the rest of the 76ers to get back in the transition.
Cliff Robinson with 5 on the shot clock. 3. Shoots it with 2 and hits it. Cliff Robinson, he's been the offensive story so far for Philadelphia with 8 points.
Cliff had his problems during the course of the season with some injuries, in fact, for the last few seasons, but he's back to playing excellent basketball.
Now Barkley, for the first time, is out of the ball game. Jordan with a rebound. It rolls over and is controlled by Jaminski. Ben Coleman in for Barkley. He's number 54 for Philadelphia. Coleman on the pass. Missed the layup, but he was fouled. Ben Coleman came over in the trade from New Jersey, #1 draft choice from Kansas City back in '77. Spent a couple of years in Italy. Had 9 rebounds last night against New Jersey. Playoff spot. Normally you'd say, save your almost. It is stolen by Henderson, and he's fouled by Pippen.
Actually,
Scotty, to the playoffs in a moment.
Scotty didn't realize that was a good foul because Henderson had a layup if he didn't foul him. Watch Henderson.
The ball well.
Henderson gets screened off, makes the good recovery, and is able to quick as a cat get in there, knock it away, and foul from behind Scottie Pippen. You can see Henderson had no one between himself and the basket, had an easy layup.
From 30-22 Bulls, 1:54 to go, first quarter. Shot clock to 10, stolen by Pippen. Fouled intelligently by David Wingate.
Shoot the ball going up to the basket a little more, get a little softer touch on it.
Henderson from the baseline. They gave him the extra shot because they said, the official scorer tells us, that David Wingate was bothering the shooter. You rarely see that call. Stolen by Henderson. Oh, he's off to a good start off the bench in this ball game. Here's Wingate for 3. Saved it. Coleman. Tipping Jaminski. It's a 4-point Bulls lead.
And this time, the 76ers, perhaps being at home, are responding with Charles Barkley out of the game. They're actually playing better basketball now than they were when Charles was in the game.
Vincent isolated against Henderson. Shot clock to 7. Nice pass to Jordan. Henderson averaging nearly 8.5 assists per game since he's been starting. This is his 11th start. Vincent, I should say. He was being defensed by Henderson.
Well, that time Sam got 2 fouls for the price of 1.
And Paxson getting set to check in. We just have some NBA news to pass along. We've learned just right now that George Karl has resigned as the head coach of the Golden State Warriors, and we'll have complete details on that story and what's going to happen with his resignation at Golden State at halftime with Craig Sager.
Well, I would think that
of Golden State today. 29 seconds to go in the first quarter here at Philadelphia. Bulls by only 4. Pippen Fakes the shot, pulls it back out. Wingate guarding Jordan. And the foul.
I tell you, that's incredible. You can see David Wingate. Michael got the ball. He was so afraid of Michael's driving ability that he backed off of him, giving him the jump shot. Michael decided he didn't want to take the jumper because it hasn't been going in, and he was still able to draw the foul and get around Wingate, who is one of the better defensive guards in the NBA.
17 seconds to go in the quarter. Bulls by 4, and Jordan, an excellent free throw shooter, at the line. Golden State, talking about George Karl resigning. Golden State had lost 5 in a row. They are 16-48 on the year, and they would be in last place with exception. They are in the Pacific Division, and the Clippers are in last place.
But the Clippers aren't all that far behind them. 3 games.
34-28 Bulls. 10 seconds, 9 and counting remaining in the first quarter. Gerald Henderson. Defense by John Paxson. Hits the open David Wingate, who hits the bucket. Great play by Henderson. 1 second in the quarter. Jordan from New Jersey, and he misses by a few. Bulls lead by 4. They had been up by 10, but the Sixers are battling back without the injured Charles Barkley.
Admirably. Of course, being home helps a lot.
Second quarter underway. Bulls by 4. Gerald Henderson, who came in off the bench to replace Mo Cheeks at the point guard, has played well. Gets it to Cliff Robinson, who penetrates, misses. Henderson gets a loose ball, finds the open Wingate on the penetration. Nice move by Wingate, playing with a sore right knee. David Wingate from Georgetown, second year. 2-point game.
Offensive foul on Scottie Pippen as he tried to set a screen for Michael Jordan, who was coming on the baseline. I think Henderson, I agree with you, has really been the man to help turn things around here. He's done a good job defensively. He's run the club well. Maurice Cheeks has been struggling with his shooting lately.
Bob Thornton in the ball game for Philadelphia. As Robinson misses, Thornton doesn't get the rebound. Thornton doesn't play very much for this ball club.
Michael's shooting the ball flat tonight, Bob. All of his jumpers are almost line drives.
Feed to Robinson. Wanted the foul, didn't get it. Bulls by 2 with the ball. Sellers to Pippen from the baseline. Scottie Pippen. That's his 4th point. Bulls back by 4.
Cliff's still arguing with the official, saying, "I just pushed me with 2 hands. How come I didn't get the foul?" I tend to agree with him. There's a lot of body contact.
Albert King getting set to come back into the ball game for Philadelphia. Here's Ben Coleman. Hook shot doesn't go. Loose ball foul, and it's going to be on Chicago. Scottie Pippen. That's his 3rd personal. And Albert King comes back into the game wearing number 17. That's Bernard's brother, of course, 7th year.
Well, this is a strange lineup for this Philadelphia ball club, looking at these players out here. I mean, the only player that even recognized as being a 76er would be Wingate, who's been around a short period of time. You got Henderson, Coleman, Thornton, and Albert King. Like a bunch of strangers out there.
Thornton signed a contract in December to replace Chris Velt, who's out with the knee surgery for the season. Thornton had played with the New York Knicks. Was a 4th-round draft choice. Played in Spain back in '84-85. He's 6'10", 225. Wears number 45. And we're, of course, talking to Ben Coleman, who wears number 54, who came in the trade from the Nets.
It's amazing, Bob, in the NBA, what can happen to a team who's been up on the top for a long period of time. All of a sudden, it's like they disappear, and the 76er team is almost on the verge of having that happen to them.
Paxson to Sellers with 5 on the shot clock. Brad Sellers with the drive, throws it hard off the glass. Now gets it to go down. Brad Sellers. 38-32 Bulls. 9:55 to go in the second quarter. Coleman, Jaminski, Gerald Henderson, Albert King, Bob Thornton. None of those players were on this team at the beginning of the year.
Well, they're playing this game right now without a center. There's no center out there. No real qualified center, I should say.
Coleman with 3 on the shot clock. 2 blocked by Sellers. I guess neither team really has a true bona fide center out there right now.
Well, that's what I was talking about. Thornton has played a little bit when he was with the Knicks, but I'm talking about a quality center. There really isn't a frontline center. The only one on both teams would be Jaminski, who you would say is a good center in the NBA. the Bulls play with Corzine, who starts, who really is would be an outstanding backup on most teams.
Bulls lead it by 6, 38-32, 9:31 to go in the quarter. Been a sloppy game since the beginning of this second quarter. Bulls have maintained the lead. They led by 4 at the end of 1. Charles Barkley, since you notice he's not in the game probably, has a sore left ankle. Sprained it last night against New Jersey. Jordan from the perimeter. Michael Jordan. He's not hurting, and he's got 12, along with 5 rebounds. Chicago has lost 6 in a row on the road, tied with Milwaukee in the battle for the 4th and final home court advantage playoff spot. Henderson hit that one. Talk about New Jersey.
It was a good 4 feet behind the three-point line
From Pittsburgh. Paxson, good long-range shooter. He misses. Oakley into rebound. Kept it alive for Grant to score.
Charles Oakley does so well on the offensive boards. That time he didn't get the rebound, but he enabled Grant to get it. Another area that Jimmy Lynam says that he's concerned about playing in the Chicago team.
Wingate from the perimeter. That's a 2-pointer. 42-35 Bulls.
Yeah, Bobby talked about the Chicago losing streak, 6 games. They had a 9-game streak going, and they broke that streak against this Philadelphia team.
Here, of course. Wouldn't have broken it had they done it in Chicago. Thornton with the rebound. Going to be a loose ball foul against Horace Grant. That's his 3rd. Pippen also with 3. So the 2 Chicago rookies both have early foul trouble. Corzine coming back into the game for Chicago. Probably get Horace Grant to sit down.
Well, the centers are back in. Jaminsky and Corzine be battling.
All right, let's reset the lineup now. Wingate and Henderson in the backcourt. That's Gerald Henderson for Philadelphia. Jaminsky, Coleman, and Albert King now goes to the quick forward spot for the 76ers. Chicago with Paxson and Benson at guards. Sellers, Corzine, and Oakley up front. King missing, keeping it alive. Albert King with the basket.
Doug Collins wants a 20-second timeout to try and regroup.
Only has a 3-point lead.
Well,
42-39.
they got that 10-point lead so easily, and the Philadelphia team was really lackluster.
Everybody around the country talking about the NCAAs and the Sweet 16 in the tournament. North Carolina is still in there this year, and some people are wondering if J.R. Reed is going to come out early. There's a North Carolina grad in this ball game, Michael Jordan.
Oh, Paxson was wide open on a move underneath, and Oakley didn't get the ball to him.
Paxson, good move. Misses badly, playing with a sore thumb on his shooting hand. That's dislocated, and it's very tender still. He's been banged around or injured his ankle the other night. Played hurt almost all year, and John Paxson's stats and numbers and minutes are down this year because of his injuries. Attempted pass into Jaminsky. I guess I'm talking about Paxson's shooting percentage. It's been up lately. It is down tonight. He's been shooting decently the last few games.
Yeah, last 5 games that he's played, he's shooting about 68%, but that thumb still is bothering him.
He hasn't even been close tonight. That's on Mike Jaminsky. His first. 7:01 to go, second quarter. John's brother Jim, of course, traded from Portland to Boston. Barkley with his sore left ankle, not real happy about his position in this ball game tonight. He started, but couldn't do anything except grab a few rebounds. He did that, though. Got 5 before he had to sit down. Chicago with 10 on the shot clock. Down to Oakley.
And I'll tell you, Charles Oakley was in the lane at least 7 seconds on that play because I watched him. He never did get out of the lane once he had position in the middle.
Bulls by 5. Albert King defensed by the 7-footer Sellers. Blows by him, dishes to Coleman. Coleman past Oakley, tipped away by Corzine, and a foul.
That's going to be traveling because they call double dribbling, but he caught his own shot, which never hit anything.
44-39 Chicago with 6:17 to go in a sloppy second quarter. The
The NBA rulebook states that a ball passing over the backboard, regardless of its direction, is considered out of bounds. The basket is disallowed.
Second quarter. Vincent, John Paxson, the guards for Chicago. Mo Cheeks back into the ball game along with Albert King and David Wingate for Philadelphia. Oakley, he likes this shot. Doesn't get it.
Well, but he didn't go in the lane, so now he's back to even.
That's right, no time in the lane for him that time. Philly can cut it to 3. Albert King. Missing Vincent rebounding, Bulls running. Sellers to the hoop, and he's fouled. And it was Cliff Robinson. That'll be his second.
Again, the transition of Philadelphia hurting him. Look at the quickness down the court. They had Brad Sellers taking in. Cliff Robinson's turned his body. I mean, if he was going to make that type of a defensive effort, he probably would have been better off to just let him lay it in the basket. And then he complained about the foul. It was obvious that he turned into
Sellers missing, but Corzine got it and rolled it back home. Turned into a 4-point play for Chicago with Sellers missing. And by the way, Sam Vincent, Chicago's point guard, with 4 assists already in this game. 5.5 minutes to go in the second quarter. Bulls are up by 9.
The 76ers should have a good chance here to get back into it because Michael Jordan's on the bench for Chicago resting. Well, he's getting to the scoring table right now as I said that.
Cheeks missing. Rebound Corzine. Sellers missing inside again. Rebound Jaminsky. Now the Sixers running. Robinson on the right wing from Cheeks. Nice back inside pass to King, and he's fouled and will go to the line. And
in the NBA.
And there have been some changes on the team, which makes it always tough to get together. Losing Julius Erving, and of course there are only 2 players here from the 82-83 championship team. But I agree, it's a quality team out there, the 5 you mentioned.
You know, I mean, Albert King's not chopped liver either.
6 on the shot clock for Chicago. Oakley pulls up and misses. Loose ball foul. It's on Chicago.
And those are the kind of shots I know Doug Collins does not like to see Charles Oakley taking. Charles Oakley is a great rebounder in the body of a man who should be a rebounder, who has the mind of an outside jump shooter.
At the conclusion of tonight's game, Rick and I will be selecting the Miller Lite player of the game. Could be Ben Coleman. I wouldn't bet on it. He just checked back into the game. Jaminsky from the perimeter. 48-42 Chicago with 4:23 to go in the second quarter. Cheeks defending Sam Vincent. Michael Jordan over Wingate, and Jaminsky caused him to change his shot. Oakley got the rebound, had it blocked. Who was that? Coleman who blocked it? Jaminsky called the CIAA. 49-42 Bulls. Jaminsky from 19. Nobody to rebound except for Oakley, who's got another one. He has 5 in this game. Jordan has 5 rebounds, as does Barkley. Here's Vincent from 18. Sam Vincent.
Did a great
Vincent's
job.
got 10.
Great job coming off the screen. Used the screen well, pulled up right behind the screen. Good form. He's got his confidence.
Before being traded, Vincent was averaging about 6 points a game. Since the trade, he's averaging nearly 12 for Chicago. This is his 11th straight start. Robinson with the turnaround from the corner over Brad Sellers. Now, for a lot of players, coaches would pull their hair at that, but not Cliff Robinson. That's his game. He has 10.
I'll say, as an opposing coach, ooh, Michael Jordan almost with a great offensive rebound.
Robinson is going to take it all away and gets the finger roll. 12 points for Cliff Robinson. Sixers down by 5. 3 to go, 3 minutes to go in the second.
If I were the opposing coach, Doug Collins, I would say if Cliff Robinson could beat us shooting that shot all game long, then I'll lose that way.
Doug Collins, who had the ball, said it was tipped.
It sure looked like it was tipped from this angle.
Doug's going to call timeout and continue that discussion. We get the message. 51-46 Bulls, 2:53 to go second quarter. Made a very successful entry into showbiz.
Actor as well. Acted in his movies.
The Sixers guards off the bench have been doing well. Both Henderson and Wingate with 8 points since coming in for Mo Cheeks and starter Albert King. Look at the acceleration by Jordan. Didn't have anything to do with it, but he did hit the open man Vincent, who got it back to Michael for the basket. Well, that's a long way to go. I'm sure Doug Collins drew that play up during the breakaway.
Well, he knew what he wanted to have done, but I don't think it was that one.
Maybe not exactly like that. 53-46 Chicago. Gerald Henderson getting set to come back in for Philadelphia. 4 on the shot clock for Robinson over Sellers. Rebound Oakley. 2 minutes to go in the first half with the Bulls leading 53-46. Corzine calling for the ball against Jaminski. Makes the pass to Oakley, couldn't handle it. Cheeks has 2 Sixers way out in front. Couldn't get him the ball. Wingate hits the three-pointer. David Wingate. That'll get you back into a ball game. Bulls up by 4 now with 1.5 minutes to go until halftime. Wingate's got 11. Corzine tries another one from out there. He cannot throw it in the ocean from there tonight. Here's Cheeks on the break. Blocked and fouled by Dave Corzine, and Cheeks hit the floor hard. He's all right. Gerald Henderson back in. And Corzine has 2 now. Wingate will take a rest with 1:13 to go in the half.
Well, Maurice Cheeks sees the situation, decides he's going to take it all the way in. There's the body contact by Corzine as he went up and landed on his tailbone. And you could
the 82-83 championship team in Philadelphia. 53-50 Bulls. Minute to go in the half.
Yeah, the Bulls had a chance to really put this game away early, and they let down just a little bit. And now they've got a real effort that they're going to have to come up with to win this one on the road.
Jordan with 16 points. He's about halfway to his league-leading average of 34 points a game. Bulls by 5.
Illegal defense being called there, and actually that was a break for Philadelphia because I thought Maurice Cheeks walked. I thought he moved his pivot foot a couple of times.
That was
under
a warning.
The pressure.
And they'll get new shot clock and the ball inbounded with 49 seconds to go in the half and a new 24-second clock. Minsky with a nice fake and drive, has it blocked by Corzine, stays with it, and now he's fouled. Sellers picks up the personal, and that's his 3rd. So now Sellers, Grant, and Pippen all with 3.
See what happened there is Oakley got caught going out with his body momentum carrying that way, enabled him Jaminski to get by him. He misses the first one, but follows it up and gets the foul by Sellers on the second effort. But as a defensive player, one thing the good defensive coaches teach, Bob, is when you go out under control and you stay low so you don't get your body weight and momentum carrying forward, so you don't allow exactly what you saw happen to take place.
They get Sellers out of there with the 3, and Jaminski with that free throw just made his 40th consecutive free throw and his 41st. He's 2nd in the NBA in free throw shooting percentage right now. Obviously gaining all the time. Jaminski gets the rebound from a long Paxson miss.
And you might have thought that was a bad shot, but that was planned by Doug Collins. That was a 2-for-1 situation. Come down, get a good quick shot, then you're going to get the last possession of the ball game.
Now 18, 17 and counting in the half, and 9, 8, 7 counting on the shot clock. And the foul's going to be on Michael Jordan. As he gets Gerald Henderson. Talking about somebody who doesn't weigh very much, Gerald Henderson, they say he weighs 180 pounds, but I'll bet $1 he doesn't. Timeout Corzine as he checks into the full court pressure by Philadelphia. So Chicago gets a timeout, realizing with only the 2-point lead, this is an important 10 seconds. And it's Robinson has 12 points, Cliff for Philadelphia, 10 for Jaminski, Henderson with 9, and Wingate with 11. Henderson and Wingate both came off the bench at the guard positions and played well for Philadelphia in this half to get them back in the game. Now you see the time remaining in the half, 5 seconds. Chicago trying to get something to happen. Vincent penetrating, pulling up, and missing. And at the half, the Bulls with a 2-point lead. And I wouldn't want to be chatting with Doug Collins if I'm a Chicago Bulls player right now. He's not happy with it. Right here, Spike, on Michael
you see
Jordan.
Mike with his tongue hanging out as usual. Barkley's getting out of the way, doesn't want to hurt his ankle. And it's 2.
Major yeast. You got a film coming up?
We're going to start shooting another film in August, and I'll be rooting the Knicks on to the playoffs to the end of the year.
All right.
And the Knicks locked in a battle with Philadelphia here as we take a look. Rick Barry had more highlights from the first half of this ball game.
Well,
Chicago leading by 2.
And Charles Barkley getting some rebounds, had 5 in limited time, but you can see right there he just was not the Charles Barkley that we're accustomed to seeing. The ankle bothering him, spent most of the time on the bench, and it really was a kind of a sloppy second period, but Philadelphia at least put some effort into it. Chicago let down, and now we've got a close game, so we hope you'll enjoy the remainder of it.
Spike Lee, our guest here at halftime. Okay. Spike, thank you for joining us.
Okay, thank you.
Well, the first half, Chicago Bulls leading it by 2. Bulls shooting 45%. Sixers not shooting it well.
Ball clubs.
Jordan with 16, Grant 11, Vincent with 10. Grant came off the bench and really played well as Charles Oakley went to the bench early in this ball game for Chicago because of picking up 2 quick fouls. And, of course, you saw the guards are scoring well for Philadelphia.
And Charles is going to try it again here at the start of the second half.
He had only 9 minutes in the first half. Charles Barkley with a sprained left ankle. He sprained it against Washington, aggravated it last night against New Jersey. Only played 18 minutes total against New Jersey. Had his season low 2 points. Jaminsky with the hook from the baseline. And this game is tied at 55. Starting lineups in there for both teams. Chicago with Vincent and Jordan in the backcourt. Corzine, Oakley, and Sellers up front. Jordan rattles it home, has 18 in this game. Philadelphia at the guard positions, Mo Cheeks and Albert King. Center Mike Jaminsky. At the forwards, Robinson and Barkley. Chicago had led by 10 early. Horace Grant's going to get in this game early for Chicago. He's already off the bench. Robinson had his shot bothered by Sellers, who stepped on the baseline. It'll belong to the 76ers, and Grant goes in, and Corzine goes out for Chicago. Grant getting a lot of playing time at the center position. Bulls.
Well, Doug Collins likes him a lot. He feels he's really made great strides, and I think he would like to have Oakley go on to Jaminsky, which is exactly what they're doing. Use his strength to try and keep Jaminsky from getting the good position that he was getting on that jump hook. Doug was a little upset with Corzine's effort.
Off the screen, Albert King, but Jordan's out on him. Cheeks gets Vincent in the air and then penetrates. Oh, my. Can Maurice Cheeks still play? The answer resounding. Capital letter yes. 10th in the NBA in assists this year. 7th in steals currently. Jaminsky with the steal to Cheeks. Pass Vincent. And all of a sudden, the Sixers have taken the lead for the first time in this ball game, 59-57, and Doug Collins has a timeout, Chicago.
22nd timeout, Bob, because he wants to go ahead and get things straightened out here defensively as to what they're doing. You see the bad pass on the part of Oakley, telegraphed it. Jaminsky gets the hand on it, spots the open Cheeks, who takes it down the court. Despite a good effort by Vincent, he's able to lay it in and give the lead to the 76ers. And here's that same play from the low angle as Vincent hustles down the court. And Cheeks just held up enough to let Vincent go past him, laid it in the basket, and all of a sudden, Philadelphia playing the type of basketball that Coach Jim Lynam has to be pleased with. Aggressive defensively, getting the break opportunities, but Maurice Cheeks has been the man to turn them on here in the second half.
That totals 5 points. Cheeks has 6 assists, and the Bulls trail by 2. Bulls fighting off a 6-game road losing streak. Sixers have won 4 in a row here at the Spectrum. Jordan off the Oakley screen. Moved King to the center of the court, then took it back to the left for the penetration layup. Jaminsky picks up his 3rd foul.
You know, it's still such a nice luxury to have as a coach a player like Michael Jordan to be able to go to at any time. And normally the man responds.
Michael Jordan with 21 points, leading the NBA, scoring at 34 points per game, had 50 just last week against the Boston Celtics. Robinson in the paint, misses the jump hook. There's the rebound. Barkley, loose ball foul, and it's on Robinson. Robinson just picked up his 3rd personal.
That was the strongest move that we've seen Barkley make so far tonight. So watch the play by Robinson. Misses the hook in his effort to get to the rebound. He goes over the back, but watch Barkley, who goes to finish it off, takes it up nice and strong, but not as strong as you're accustomed to seeing.
Bulls leading it by 1. 10 on the shot clock for Chicago. Vincent. Cheeks gave him plenty of room for that jumper.
That'll be the last time he'll do that.
Sam Vincent has 12 points. He's only averaging, well, he's averaging right at 12 since becoming a starter for Chicago. This is his 11th game as a starter. Cheeks answers. One of the best point guards of the present, and Doug Collins thinks one of the best point guards of the future in Vincent. He believes he's going to be here for a while. Michael Jordan's got 23 now. That'll possibly change Chicago's look at drafting if they truly feel that Vincent could be their answer as the starting point guard.
Well, they want to get a forward if they can, a forward who could score points consistently for them.
Nice bounce pass from Jordan to Vincent. Gets it into Oakley. Nice no-look pass to Michael Jordan from Charles Oakley. Jordan with 25. Oakley averages about 3.5 assists per game, which is substantial for his position. Jordan has 9 points in this quarter. Shot clock to 7 seconds for Philadelphia. Albert King from the perimeter. Rebound Vincent. Bulls have built the lead back to 5. They had trailed 59-57. Barkley handling the ball. Coast to coast, Charles Barkley.
I don't know if he had a miracle recovery there at halftime or what happened, but that's the most aggressive that he's been with the basketball in his hands this evening.
His the brace and the heavy taping on the outside of his left ankle is now gone. It had been on in the first half. Jordan, what a move. This is the shot, though, and Cheeks has him running. Barkley left, King right. Cheeks is fouled as he takes it down the lane by Vincent.
Well, Maurice Cheeks obviously trying to get this Sixer team fired up offensively, advancing the ball down the court quickly.
NBA.
Well, Bob Cousy thinks that Maurice Cheeks is the prototype of guards in the NBA. He really loves Maurice Cheeks, and he was a pretty decent guard himself.
Jordan has missed a couple here after scoring 9 early points in this quarter. Bulls by 2. Sixers can tie.
Yeah, last 2 times down, the Bulls just went to the quick shot by Michael.
And Barkley answers over Horace Grant. Got Horace in the paint, faked him once, and then fired it from about 10.
The last times before those 2 shots by Michael Jordan, the Bulls ran their offense very well and got much better shots. They're going to have to be a little more patient.
Tied at 66, 10 seconds on the Chicago shot clock. Sellers open. Missing rebound. Jordan stuck it back in.
That was just a great play because a lot of players would have caught the ball, come back down, then gone up. Michael, with that great athletic ability of his, was able to shoot it on the way down with great control.
Michael Jordan, 8 assists, 28 rebounds, 27 points in this ball game. Jerminski battles it inside over Oakley. Jerminski in his 8th year from Duke, came in the trade from the New Jersey Nets, along with Coleman for Henson and Tim McCormick. January 16th. 6 on the shot clock for Jordan. Spin move.
Boy, Michael and I didn't have to play against him in every guard, Bob. I tell you, what a thankless job that must be.
It could be punishment for somebody. Okay, the deal is for being late to practice, you're guarding Jordan. He has 13 of the 15 Bull points in this quarter.
Well, I tell you, Cliff Robinson does an unbelievable job of dipping his right shoulder into people whenever he makes that move, and he never gets called for an offensive foul, it seems. He does it almost every time.
Been a good third quarter. It's a tie game at 70. Wingate getting set to check in. The lob attempt to Jordan goes awry. It belonged to Chicago. And we've got a timeout. Jim Lyon,
at least maybe 80 or 90% of it. Here he tries to draw the foul from behind on Grant. Now he sees the opening, taking down the left hand, little stutter step, gets by Oakley, finds opening up the middle, and when you have Charles Barkley coming at you full speed, you tend to make a little room for him. So that's the best play we've seen from Barkley so far tonight. And here's one of the many great moves that Michael Jordan has for you. Little one-on-one going against Albert King. Look at that little fake with the mouth, is shuffle him to the right, to the left, goes left, gets him committed, spins back quickly. Could have easily been called for a foul against Albert King as Michael Jordan gets 2 of his many points tonight.
You've heard of the head fake. Well, Michael Jordan has introduced the tongue or mouth fake into the NBA.
I know you saw in slow motion, saw his whole mouth kind of wiggling back and forth there. He gave so many motions with the head.
And Charles Barkley came in for a good third quarter. It's tied at 70 with 5:36 remaining. Barkley's one of the contenders for the most valuable player in the NBA this year. Some of his stats are down, but his play certainly hasn't been. Right now, my vote for MVP would go to Michael Jordan based on his overall contributions. I think his defense gets him the nod from me. Of course, Bird and Magic Johnson are right there in the voting too. Jordan doesn't get the basket, but he'll go to the line. What do you think,
Jimmy
Rick?
Lynam said, I'll answer your question in a second, I hate to see Michael get to the baseline. They were supposed to try and force him back to the middle. Obviously, it didn't work that time as he got the baseline move and the clear path, and Charles Barkley picks up the foul, and Jimmy, I'm sure, is not pleased by that defense.
Would be happy to receive. He wants to be on the all-defense team in terms of a personal achievement. Of course, he's first in the league in steals right now. Just out of the top 10 in block shots with 105.
Well, you saw the great quickness and anticipation there, and he came within a half an inch of gaining control of that one for yet another steal.
10 seconds on the shot clock for the Sixers. Jerminski with the pick, and he rolled but didn't get the ball back. Cheeks instead penetrates. Barkley is there. Charles Barkley has 12 points and 7 rebounds in this game. Barkley is playing like a new man in the third quarter. He could hardly walk in the first half. Inside to Grant, over Barkley. Another rebound. That's 8 for Charles. Sixers up by 1. Chance to build their biggest lead, which would be 3 of the game, as Pippen is getting set to come in for Chicago. Jerminski intercepted that pass. Off the glass, Cliff Robinson. That pass was intended for Barkley. Jerminski intercepted and made the pass.
I'd like to know what Al Domenico did to Charles Barkley. I mean, he's not limping around anywhere near like he did in the first half. Of course, removing that special little pad or whatever he had on his ankle may have been making him think about it a lot more.
Jordan is fouled inside. Wingate. Wingate gets his third. Jordan going for Sixers by 2. Cheeks saw a slight crack, made the penetration, but it was stripped away, I think, by Vincent. Now the Bulls break.
Well, I'll tell you, he made a side step, and most players would have difficulty just gaining control. Not only did he gain control, but he took it home for the dunk.
Jordan has had 52 twice this year, got 50 last week against Boston, has 33 tonight with 3:49 to go in the third. He has 17 points in this quarter. Jerminski on the double team, puts that jump hook up anyway. Turned that into a little shot put type shot, actually. Sixers by 2. Vincent used the pick by Corzine for the shot. And that is a major league pick. Tied at 76. Here's Barkley with 10 on the shot clock against Horace Grant. They've cleared the side. He's fouled, doesn't get the hoop. Showed some quickness there with a sore ankle. He limps back to the free throw line now.
Horace Grant with his hands on his head didn't like the call. You see Charles Barkley, he had these little kind of supports on the side of his ankle that were on in the first half, and now those supports are missing, and I'm sure that they probably removed them and did just a little more of a severe or tighter tape job on him. And a lot of times, Bob, I know myself, when I had a bad knee, I finally got to the point where I stopped wearing any type of a support or brace on it because you tend to think more about it when you put something extra on it. That may have been the case with Charles.
Grant picked up his 4th foul on that play, and Oakley's in for Grant. Now goes to the bench, and here's some coaching from Doug Collins as Barkley now with 14 points and 8 rebounds. You know, we knew Michael Jordan would bring his show here, but he's challenging Barkley on his home turf, and Barkley has responded courageously. Wingate picks up his 4th personal foul with 2:55 to go in the third. Sixers up by 2, and we have a timeout on the floor.
If they can hold on for Cleveland, struggling a bit with that trade, Larry Nance coming and finally getting a chance to go home and get some good practice sessions in.
At the Spectrum in Philadelphia, it's tied at 78, 2:45 to go in the third quarter. Robinson muscling inside, missing. Here comes Jordan. Stopped by Cheeks. Beautiful defensive play by Mo Cheeks. Scottie Pippen in there for Chicago now. Hits Corzine. He's open from 15. Corzine just can't hit that shot tonight. Oakley inside. He's fouled. You got him, Robin. Dislocated right thumb. Paxson and Jordan at the guards. Pippen, Oakley, and Corzine up front for Chicago.
Last 2 times these teams played here, it was a 1-point victory, I believe, by Philadelphia. And Doug Collins went crazy to the timer as Barkley gets it in.
Oh! Charles Barkley with a show of his own here. He doesn't want Jordan stealing all the thunder. Charles Barkley.
Let's watch him again. The superior strength. Charles Barkley, as he gets double teamed. Paxson comes in, grabs his arms, falling backwards with somebody holding onto his arms, and still enough strength to throw it up and in, but can't capitalize on the free throw.
This is the free throw. Barkley with 16 points and 8 rebounds in this ball game. It's tied at 80. 2 minutes to go in the third quarter. It's a good one from the Spectrum in Philadelphia. Pippen came off a baseline screen. Stepped out of bounds before he hit the hoop.
There's where he's going to learn. He had Cliff Robinson totally out of position. Had he not driven to the basket, he could have let Cliff land on him, picked up his 4th foul, gone to the line himself with a chance for a 3-point play. That's the inexperience of Pippen on that play.
Minute 50 to go in the third. Cheeks inside to Jaminski. Foul, loose ball.
Barkley.
It's going to be on Barkley. I thought they were going to call it on Pippen. It looked like Barkley had inside position, but I guess that's how he got the loose ball prior to the time he got the rebound. He was between Pippen and the hoop.
Now, I tell you, when you're an offensive player, you want to get the ball. If you feel you're open, you kind of ask for it. There's Michael saying, hey, guys, I'm here. My wife hates it, my kids hate it, and my dog hates it. He says, I don't get to play it very often.
Sparrow signed with Chicago from New York on November 12th. Started 25 games for the Bulls. Gerald Henderson with the drive. Jaminski is fouled hard. And Oakley goes to the floor hard after the foul.
Well, I'll tell you, he hit Jaminski hard, and Jaminski threw Oakley to the ground with a great deal of authority. Let's watch it again. Here's Jaminski, 42, Mike going up. Oakley's on him, hits him good, and Jaminski takes him and throws him down after he hammered him.
Looked like Oakley hit his head on the floor. He's all right, or appears to be. We'll keep a watch on that confrontation for a few minutes.
And the streak is broken.
Was 40 straight before Jaminski missed. Started a new one. Now let's keep our eye on Oakley and Jaminski here if they match up on each other. Bulls by 1.
They won't. It's Corzine and Jaminski right now.
Oakley's against Barkley. Misses. Barkley defensed him well. Loose ball foul.
Scottie Pippen over the back.
That's 4 on Pippen. They will find that 3-position scorer they need, but as of right now, Chicago not with a real good 20-point-a-game type quick forward scorer. Cheeks into Barkley, who's into the lane, who's got it into the hoop. 18 for Barkley. At 6 at the half. Almost stolen by Cheeks. That wouldn't be the first time Cheeks has stolen the ball tonight. Oakley battling inside, tipped by Corzine, will not count.
Offensive basket interference.
Tied at 84, 24 seconds to go in the third quarter. Mark Files, Chicago's trainer, on the right there with Doug Collins. Neither happy. Chicago led by 10, 28-18 early in this game. There's time remaining in the third quarter. Shot clock's off. Gerald Henderson penetrates back to Jaminski. What a play. Little guy penetrates, throws it out to the big guy. We do have a foul with 1 second remaining in the quarter, and it's on Philadelphia. It's a
Charles Barkley.
There's the buzzer. That wouldn't count. And that's the end of the third quarter. The Bulls had led by 2 at halftime and have managed to hold on to that lead, or regain it, I guess. They did lose the lead early in the third quarter.
On Tuesday night, NBA preview these playoff performers when a determined Dallas takes aim at Dominique Wilkins and Atlanta. Live at 8:05 Eastern on the Superstation Tuesday.
Tuesday is the best. Superstation TBS at the Loop.
Ready for the fourth quarter from Philadelphia. Bulls leading it by 2. Bob Neal and Rick Barry with you from the Spectrum. And I'd like to publicly thank Rick Barry for providing me with the attractive tie as I left mine in Atlanta, Georgia. This
when you get old, the
do I
mind
get to
goes
keep
on
this,
you,
or
Bob,
is
yeah.
this returned to you soon?
I'll take it back right after the game.
I knew the answer to that already. We had mentioned George Karl resigned at Golden. Bob, his manager. Here you go, Showtime, Air Jordan and Sir Barkley. You know, I like something you said earlier as you look at their stats. If these two guys were boxers, Sugar Ray Jordan.
Sugar Ray Jordan and marvelous Charles Barkley. Of course, they're not in the same weight division, you know.
The boxer and the puncher. It's probably a pretty good analogy, though. Sugar Ray Jordan, I like that. Marvelous Marvin Barkley. I don't know if he'd like Marvin. There's Sugar Ray scoring 35 for Michael Jordan in this ball game, and it's 88-84 Bulls by 4.
You know, it really has been a quiet 35 for Michael.
It, in fact, has been. He just exploded in the third quarter. Michael had 16 at the half. 9 on the shot clock for the Sixers, trailing by 4. Ben Coleman in the game right now for Barkley. Jordan kept it alive. Nice outlet from Corzine. Blocked by Cheeks. Sparrow couldn't get it down. Cheeks right back with the ball. He's fouled on the play.
Now, Bob, if that happened when you were playing ball, that'd be stuck up there until you guys can get a garbage can or something, or put you get Spike Lee and put him on your shoulders, right? That's what you can do. Get Spike and put him on your shoulders.
I always carried another ball with me just to get it down.
You see Maurice with the perfect timing on the block against Rory Sparrow back down the other end. Again, Maurice surveys the situation, sees the opening, puts on a burst of speed, knifes through, gets fouled, and we get the wedge shot.
I would cry all day back in the backyard. My ball wedged up there. No way to get it down. Cheeks with 12 assists tonight to go with his 12. To go with his 9 points now.
Coleman pushing off on that missed free throw. Maurice having a difficult time at the free throw line tonight.
He's 3 of 6 at the line, is Mo Cheeks tonight. Normally an 82% shooter. Bulls by 3. 10:59 to go in the ball game. Rory Sparrow dumps it into Corzine. Wanted to hit Jordan breaking down the lane. Jordan on the double team, and I'm talking serious double team. They're going to give Gerald Henderson the foul. His first. Second team foul.
See Michael coming from the weak side. He beats his man there, and that's where all of the problems start. There's the double team and the foul, but you cannot let Michael Jordan come from the weak side to the strong side where the ball is, and otherwise you're in trouble.
Over the double team again. And Jordan now with 39 points in the game. 39 for Jordan.
I think he's showing off for Spike.
His season high is 52. Talking about Spike Lee, who's our halftime guest. We appreciate that. The very talented young film director. Cliff Robinson with the left hand won't fall. Rebound Pippen.
Spike also acts in his movies. It's one way to get a job acting.
Bad shot by Pippen, but Doug Collins wants him shooting that occasionally. Cheeks on the break. Oh, what a play by Maurice Cheeks. He has 11.
Maurice Cheeks has been the main force behind the 76ers' efforts to try and win this game. Great play by Henderson, but a bad break.
Stolen back by Corzine. Jordan just pulls up and shoots it. He's got 41. Michael Jordan. Twice this year, he's had 52 points in a game. 11 times, now 12 times this season, Jordan has scored more than 40. 92-87 Bulls by 5. Robinson. He's fouled on the shot. Can't get it to fall. Lane violation. He'll get it. Try it again. Horace Grant being waved into the ball game, and Oakley will take a rest for Chicago.
Charles, always one to have an opinion. Coming from one who usually always has an opinion, I can appreciate that.
No, you don't. You're so soft-spoken, we have to plead with you to get you to state your case. 92-87 Bulls, 9:20 to go in the ball game.
Free throws have hurt the Philadelphia ball club so far.
Gerald Henderson with his second foul. That's the third team foul.
What he was telling to Vincent was give a ball fake in there.
Pippen with the drive. He faked the pass and shot it. Oakley, oh, he wanted to shoot that badly. Passes to Jordan. Barkley with a rebound. Henderson got Grant to come out on him. Passes inside to Charles. Good aggressive ball movement. Barkley with an intelligent pass way outside for Henderson. Gave him a potential three-point opportunity when he saw Grant coming. Back to Barkley for the basket. Brad Sellers getting set to come back in for Chicago as Pippen gets it inside. Nice move by Scottie Pippen. Now, he's a very effective down there. He's not as effective when they get him out on the wing.
He should spend the whole off season, Bob, practicing shooting from 18 feet and then facing the basket and learning to put it on the floor and handle it just a little bit better going forward.
Bulls by 5. Barkley spinning into the lane. Gives to Robinson, who's fouled. Barkley's got 20 points, 9 rebounds tonight. On his sore ankle. We didn't expect, frankly, he played 9 minutes in the first half. Rick, I didn't expect to see him more than, if at all, more than 5 minutes or so in the second half.
Well, I agree with you. As Brad Sellers comes in for Chicago, it just shows you what a remarkable athlete and how good he can be at times. He's got 20 points, 9 rebounds. First half, 9 minutes, really didn't look effective at all. Here in the second half, he's still not the normal Charles Barkley. He's still able to accomplish so much playing at maybe three quarters of his ability.
Bulls by 3. 8 minutes remaining in this game. Jaminsky getting set to return to the Philadelphia lineup. Vincent blows down the middle and also blows the crip shot, but he'll go to the line.
See, that's the type of play that Doug Collins didn't have before from the backcourt as Jaminsky comes into the ballgame. Vincent has that ability to create and get some easy hoops and penetrate in, give them more of a running game.
Robinson takes a rest with 19 points and 5 rebounds. Jaminsky comes in with 17 points and 10 rebounds.
Yeah, but Cliff's been rather quiet here in the second half.
Only 7 points in the second half. Vincent, the brother of Sam, is the brother of Jay. Played at Michigan State, #1 draft choice of Boston, then went to Seattle and now to Chicago, where Doug Collins thinks he's found a home. He certainly hopes that's the case. Gerald Henderson, nice pass to Jaminsky, who's hammered hard but misses the layup.
Nice pick and roll play, one of the most basic plays in the game of basketball, and yet one of the most difficult to defend. Is Grant, who came over to help out from the weak side, picks up the foul. Watch it again. There's the screen. Jaminsky rolls. He doesn't follow the ball, which I didn't like. The clear opening, there's Grant coming over and picking up the foul. When you set a screen, I really like to see the player follow the man the way that he's going and spin and rotate in that way, because that way if the ball's knocked loose, you can see it, you can pick it up. The way Jaminsky went, if something had happened, he would have never been in a position to help his teammate.
Grant was just playing like a man of fire in the first half, had 11 first half points and 4 rebounds, and had really played well, but got into foul trouble. Now with 5, he has to sit down. As Corzine returns to action, Bulls leading it by 4. There are Pippen and Grant. Pippen has 5 fouls, as does Grant. It's a 3-point Bulls lead. Grant and Pippen are not ready for full-fledged entry into the...
Not ready for prime time players?
Not ready for prime time, but they are going to be. Sam Vincent misses on the fall away, but who is there? Jordan to miss and Barkley to rebound. Jordan, I think, with a foul going for the steal.
That's his 4th.
Doug Collins talked about that today as we had lunch with Doug. He talked about Michael, however, being able to play. One of those players in the league who's so talented he can play with 4 or 5.
You've seen Charles trying to help out the officials. I mean, being the nice person that he is.
Charles, get him a whistle. Charles Barkley from Auburn, where I first saw him play. And he was so dominating then, and he was so heavy. They called him, of course, everybody remembers the round mound of rebound.
Well, I'll tell you what, though, you talk about a character, and Charles Barkley being one. Sonny Smith down there isn't exactly, you know, your Joe average person.
He did a great job coaching Auburn this year with a lot of problems. Jordan has 43. 98-93, Bulls by 5.
You think he's going to get 50 tonight?
Yes,
I agree.
had 52 twice this year, Jordan. Barkley hammers it inside. He gets fouled. He'll go to the line.
Time for the Gatorade Slam Dunk. In the outlet to Robertson in the open floor. Look out. Oh, wee. Another Gatorade Slam Dunk.
Well, look what he does to try and get himself open at times. I mean, he has to work very hard. People double team him. He moves off his screens. Now he gets the position low. This is one of the easier efforts on his part as he goes up for the shot. You have to really put a great deal of effort into getting free, getting open, because you draw so much attention defensively.
Well, you drew a great deal of attention defensively when you played. What are some of the tricks that he uses that you use that any scorer would?
Well, of course, if you got a guy who's really overly aggressive defensively, I'd like to have a guy like that because he's going to react to everything you do. So it's a lot easier to fake him out of position, but you need your teammates' help. You got to run guys into screens. You got to fake backdoor, come back out if they're overplaying you. And that expends a great deal of effort. So for Michael to be the outstanding defensive player he is down the other end of the court, putting that energy forth, playing so many minutes, I think it's quite a tribute to his performance.
Charles Barkley had hit 6 in a row, 5 in a row from the free throw line. Now he's missed 3. Gets this one, and it is a 4-point game. 6:54 remaining. Vincent and Jordan in the backcourt. Oakley, Sellers, and Corzine, Chicago starters on the floor. Henderson and Cheeks in the backcourt for Philadelphia. Vincent used Corzine wisely to get that open jumper, and it's 100-94 Bulls. Philadelphia, last 3 home games, been averaging 116 points a game, the last 3 here at home, but they're playing against the #1 defensive team in the league. Shot clock to 6. Cheeks is open. He'll hit those late in the game all night long. 6:15 to go. Robinson set to come back in for Philadelphia. Jordan on the double team. Vincent open up at the top of the key. Gets the ball. And gets the basket.
Well, he has been such a great addition to this ball club. He's got the good outside jumper, the penetration, handling the ball. I mean, Doug Collins, I know, is thrilled to have gotten him.
That basket was Vincent's season high. 20 points. 102-96 Chicago. Jaminski powers it inside. This is the shot, and boy, there's a battle. Jump ball. Oakley and Barkley.
Well, I'll tell you, see, the good thing that they finally did that time defensively on Jaminski is made him go to his left, and you can see his left hand is nowhere near as good. There he loses the control of the ball, and there the two behemoths battle for it.
Eastern Conference trench warfare basketball. That's as good. When you got Jaminski and Oakley and Barkley down inside there, you're talking some major muscle. Philadelphia gets the tip, trailing by 6 with 5.5 to go in this ball game, riding a 4-game home winning streak. Barkley and Oakley. The set shot from Charles doesn't fall. Jordan.
Now this game will be decided by the team that plays the best defense in the last 5 minutes of this ball game. That's something that Philadelphia has not done consistently. In fact, Jimmy Lynam told us that his team has not executed well in close ball games.
Stripped away. Gerald Henderson knocked it out of bounds. It'll belong to Chicago with 9 seconds on the shot clock. 102-96 Chicago. We talked about Jordan having, there's a score, Jordan having 43 points. He also has 12 rebounds. Cleveland got an important win for them tonight, snapping that losing streak over New Jersey. Bulls, 5 minutes to go. 45 points from Michael Jordan. Robinson against Sellers. Scores over Brad Sellers. He's shooting that over a 7-footer. Robinson 6'9". 6-point Bulls lead. Jordan had 3 players hanging near him, and he's got 47.
And a wise move. He caught it, made the spin to the baseline, went up for the shot. The triple team was over there, but there was only one player near him.
Robinson isolated against Sellers again. Ooh, in and out. Vincent.
That should be a block. Good call.
Good call, and the foul will be number 4 against Gerald Henderson. Sam Vincent. Vincent with a season high 22 points, 7 rebounds, and 12 assists. It belongs to Philadelphia. Trailing by 10 now. The Bulls have just been edging that lead a little bigger every 2 or 3 possessions. Chicago gaining a point or so on Philadelphia. Doug Collins pretty popular here in Philadelphia. Blocked by Sellers. Barkley went right back up with it. Jaminski. The 13th rebound of this game for Michael Jordan.
I think 13 is his season high.
Just tied his season high in rebounds. Oh, what a memory.
I know, like a sieve.
Illegal defense against Philadelphia. Maybe that's a way to stop Michael Jordan.
Obviously, Jimmy Lynam didn't think his team was playing an illegal defense.
We talked about Doug Collins and his snappy dressing. Jimmy Lynam looking pretty good here tonight too with his power tie.
Well, I don't know about that white card in his pocket though. In the pocket on his shirt. I'd have to question that.
That definitely keeps him getting a 10. Yeah, Fred Mad Dog Carter, former 76er, the assistant for Jim Lynam. Jordan hits Vincent, who misses this time. It's 3-on-3. Cheeks to Robinson. Wanted to pull up. He gets the hoop and he'll go to the line. That's a big bucket for Philadelphia. With 3:07 to go in the game, the free throw here could make it a 7-point deficit.
Great effort on the part of Cliff Robinson. Now watch Cliff Robinson make this drive in the baseline. He'll hear the whistle. I don't know why he went through the legs on that one. There's the foul, gets hit, and he wisely gets the ball up with the left hand, doing a great job of it. But once you hear that whistle and you have the ball, if you're an offensive player, you find some way to get it up. Boy, free throws have killed him.
Barkley is there. Turns into a benefit on the miss. But you're right, with the free throws falling for Philadelphia, this game would be tied. Instead, the Bulls lead by 6. 3 minutes to go. There's Fred Mad Dog Carter. It's too nice a guy to have that nickname.
I was going to say, who wanted a nickname Mad Dog?
Well, he played that way. Vincent with a beautiful drive.
Oakley with the basket on the rebound and the foul. And I didn't think that Charles Oakley could jump that high from the standing position.
For his inside game in terms of scoring. That was a big hoop for Chicago.
Here's the play again. Vincent misses. Oakley right there for the rebound as Barkley went to help out. Big play for Chicago.
2:33 to go in the ball game. Bulls up by 8.
Basketball, the American game played worldwide.
Tonight's Polaroid Picture Perfect Play is brought to you by Polaroid Spectra System. Hold the picture in your hand while the feeling is still in your heart.
All right, get that Spectra System camera ready. We figure you got a lot of shots of Michael Jordan, but this is a rarity. You're going to see the drive in by Vincent. Barkley goes to help, leaves Oakley open, and look at this yeast on the part of Charles Oakley. So right there, you could have snapped that picture, and that would have been a collector's item. And there's a very happy Charles Oakley.
He's still thinking about it. 11 points, 15 rebounds for Oakley tonight.
I guess hanging around Charles Barkley all night, something rubbed off on him.
110 to 102 Bulls. 2:39 to go in this ball game. The Bulls on a 6-game road losing streak. Philadelphia with 4 wins in a row at home.
Well, I'll tell you, I guess Philadelphia, I mean, Chicago probably figures that if they get into any kind of a long road losing streak, they can just play Philadelphia and they can snap it, since they snapped their 9-game streak here earlier in the season.
Oakley gets it to fall. 111-102. 2:38 to go in this ball game. Mo
Still
Cheeks.
time, but they have to make full advantage or take full advantage of every offensive position now. That is the 76ers do.
Robinson spinning in, but Oakley came over and caused him to travel.
That's exactly right, Bob, because Cliff was going one-on-one and Charles Barkley came over there and really was the one that screwed up the play because he brought his man in there. Watch the play again. Here he goes. He makes the move. He's going to spin. Here comes Charles Barkley, brings his man in there, and Cliff Robinson thought he was open. Says, "Oh, what is this?"
Charles got out of the way. The first Charles got out of the way, but left the second one there.
Well, Michael still hasn't gotten that 50.
Knocked out of bounds with 6 seconds on the shot clock. Ball will belong to Chicago. 2:09 to go in the game. Bulls leading by 9.
Come on, Michael, take a couple more shots. You're making us look bad. There you go.
Oakley. This time couldn't get it to go back in, but he's fouled. He'll go to the free throw line again. Had that inside position on Robinson and Jerminski.
A contending team for playoff success.
Barkley for 3. Jerminski kept it alive. Loose ball foul. And it's going to be on Jerminski.
Well, that's one way you keep it alive.
That's his 4th. Minute 54 to go. And as we go down to the other end to shoot the free throw.
Stupid things out there.
Bulls by 11. Minute 50 to go. Gerald Henderson, nice penetration. Jerminski gets the jam, but he offensively interfered. Won't count. So Philadelphia locked in that spot for the playoff battle with New York Knicks for the 8th and final playoff spot in the Eastern Conference. Both are 29 and 37 coming into tonight's action.
You know, Bob, as a coach, what you want your team to do is get mentally tough in games like this, to play hard all the way through. A nice play by Cheeks.
Give him a steal on that to Robinson. Cheeks is there to follow it up, but couldn't get it to fall. And the foul on Philadelphia with 1:20 to go in the game. Bulls continue to lead by 11. Stay tuned to Tuesday night. Rick and I will be there for that ball game. Rick has consented to play a round of golf with me. I'm practicing, even though I'm a little nervous. We need a 3-pointer from Jordan to hit that 50-point mark, Rick, if we're going to have our... He gets to 49 for Jordan with 1 minute to go. I don't think he's going to get it.
Oh, I think he still will. Plenty of time. A couple more possessions here. Just get it in his hands. Self-foul him, maybe.
14-point lead for Chicago. 3-point.
There he is. Oh, he was wide open. They should have gotten the rebound. He had a dunk.
Barkley for 3 this time. Misses again. Vincent has Sellers.
Here we go.
Right. Jordan left. Stripped away by Cheeks, but Sellers is back to get it. Blocked by Barkley.
Now, Vincent could have passed off to Michael, and he really messed this up there, and he should have, because Michael was open on the left side. So I'm going to tell Sam about that.
Of course, with 36 seconds left.
Good play by Barkley for the block against Sellers. Back to live action. This 3-pointer on the part of Barkley.
27 seconds to go in this ball game. You see it on the lower right. Here's Jordan with the ball.
Don't give it up, Michael. Give it back to him, Brad. Give it back to him.
And Sellers is fouled by Gerald Henderson. Wouldn't be as big as it might be in some other series. Cheeks for 3. Missing with 9 to go in the ball game. Jordan is out of there now. Grant, Pippen, Sellers, Corzine, and Vincent will just dribble away the time. And the Bulls win this one, 118 to 102. It was that third quarter explosion by Jordan that kept Chicago in the game, and then the Bulls just outlasted a banged-up Philadelphia team to win this one at the Spectrum. Ground in New York in the battle for the 8th and final playoff spot. Our player of the game, Michael Jordan for Miller Lite. On behalf of Miller Lite, Turner Broadcasting, proud to donate $1,000 to the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation in the name of Air Jordan.
And I tell you what, that's quite a performance. But Vincent Sam, what an addition he is. 22 points, 8 rebounds, 12 assists. Oakley with 18 rebounds. A big win.